TJ McConnell to get going.
Yes.
And to your point on Paris, and the Timberwolves saw this a little bit a couple of seasons ago when they went to Abu Dhabi in the preseason.
Yeah.
You know, the NBA kind of lightened their schedule in the first part of the season.
Yeah.
No action other than the 2 games against San Antonio.
I'll pay me later. You know, you're gonna have to do the work at some point.
Yes.
So
Edwards off. Leaves it for Bradley for the East Carolina. And I'm going to not talk have numbers. Won't stop him from attacking. Count. NCAA tournament?
No. I mean, from Mark Boyle to Chris Tenary to of the Indiana Pacers, been there forever. He's from my high school.
So much love for MJB. We'll get to that in just a moment. And got it back. Kisses it off glass. Well, a magic trick under the basket. Mark has been the announcer, play-by-play announcer for the Indiana Pacers. He would also say employee. I grew up listening to him when I was 20 host, and I was actually working with Mark Boyle, which was a dream for me. The thing that bring it full circle is that he's a Minnesota guy.
Hey, it's Jalen Clark's dad was sitting behind that guy. Just
Randall, happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Yeah. Randall hard to the drills the triple. DiVincenzo gives it up. Nas Reed from long distance. That 8 off the bench from Tony.
I mean, they have been aggressive defensively. They push it in transition. They share the basketball.
He was one of the more furious guys with that. The -34 and the plus-minus. This gave Indiana. Minnesota. Let's check in with our Katie Storm, who, unlike Jim Pete,
Toyota, and it's tough. The Wolves on the second night of a back.
Randall. And that two-way player in his 3rd year out of Texas A&M.
Been an exception to the rules. Miles knocks that one down.
McConnell spinning on Walker and stripped and fouled.
The facilitator. It's so nice to be able to have a guy that can just move. That combination between Nas, important part of what Minnesota does.
Yeah. And
it just adds more to Gobert. And actually, Chris Finch has played all 3 of them together on the stretch.
And it speaks to the growing selflessness that we've seen from the course of the year. Mathurin. Jimmy did not. They did not. More time down the runway. Let's give congratulations to Anthony Edwards. 47% from the floor. Second.
Ant deserves it, but he finally got one.
Sports Network. Michael Grady, Jim Peterson. In the hands of Nas Reed with the shot clock winding down. Indiana coming off a loss to Milwaukee. They're in a tight race. Oh, what a pass. McConnell can't hit. Flies on right here. Toppin tried to dump it off into the hole. Picks up the dribble. Shepard back out to Toppin. Pump on the year. Shot 40% from.
Keep a good man down, that's for sure. And he's got the
committee. Now, on this one, including 2 for 3 from Marmalade. Won the block in that situation. Chris
sure could have.
His ankle Achilles, believable.
Well, when we still have this in the chamber too, and we thought that could have been something more serious as well. So
Nas just called for an offensive foul.
It's clear using zone defense like they've had so.
Up Big Jelly, 2 more.
He just canned that jumper. That's the second 3 that he's
working on top. It short hook won't go. We say this all the time with guys who,
for sure.
Corner 3, rims out, nearly tipped up and in.
Love seeing Jaden get in there though.
Line straight from Indiana. They're back on.
6 last year. He's got over 115.
Over 6 times in this first half as Conley, Reed, and Alexander Walker take a seat.
That come through there. Thomas Bryant, if he rolls into.
Impressive work to DiVincenzo.
A little surprised that Julius didn't throw that out. That's what he is. That's the one that he's going to talk about and say he probably should throw that out versus a nice throwdown by Thomas Bryant. Minnesota trying to find answers here.
I need the arrow. What years did this player play? Let's narrow it. This much? 2000s?
2000. The answer.
Pat Burke.
There you go.
Just remember Pat Burke? You got.
No, I remember Pat Burke when he played for the Phoenix Suns.
Here's DiVincenzo down the lane. This is the largest lead of the ball game. Randall back to Gobert, but the pass just out of reach.
These guys are playing so hard. The way that Thomas Bryant is a good basketball player. Minnesota's been messing around here. Rudy Gobert gets playing in this game, and so it really does is no longer the game. Now, I'm sure
human nature, there's even a little bit, no disrespect to these guys, is Edwards.
Their analogy that's close to home. It's like when players are possession by possession each and every night.
Carrying by Minnesota can battle their way back in this. It was a 14.
But didn't play particularly well. I mean, he was a minus in very short.
And DiVincenzo deflected it out of bounds.
One of the big things is that, you know, this Indiana Pacer team does a great job of taking you out of your game. It would have been one of my keys had we done that.
But they struggled defensively. That was their Achilles heel, and they have gotten as the season has worn on.
They play at fast pace. I mean, their ace, their offensive rating is 8th. They're 15th in defensive rating. They hold teams to the 4th least. So 12.8 here in this game. Jarris Walker fan, he is one of those guys that used to.
Foul is called on DiVincenzo all game. I'm sure he would have petitioned with Team USA. Nembhard on the reload, off the mark, tip. Bradley with the rejection. Toppin.
Coming into this game was their bench was very disappointed in the way they played, talking about how disappointed he was in his play, and this has been a get-back game, so it's given them a great job.
Friday, second matchup of a back-to-back. Dunks have turned it over 7 times in this ball game. They're down several players, and even the bench is the second quarter.
When Minnesota was lighting it up, at the think about that. I mean, the cold shooting, and really a lot of it's been.
Foul called on Andrew Nembhard. It's going to be. And Edward.
At 30 at the end of the first quarter.
Got to go to work. Puts a move on Randall. Couldn't handle it. Conley bumped from behind by Ben Shepherd.
They're going to be free throws. They had it.
I think that's what happened there. It's the second. 58-40 turnover Indiana.
It's going to be spirited, you know, like Conley gets to his aunt.
Hard drop to the knees right now.
He was
hard. It's Alexander Walker, blocked by Bradley. 4-second difference between shot clock. Toss it out. Alexander Walker, no good. While scoring 16 in the period themselves.